Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Caramel Sunday's Nutty Nightmare. Before I get into this review, I did want to let you guys know that I am filming this review a little bit later on in the day than I typically do, and the sunlight is coming through one of the windows here in my kitchen a little bit differently. So I wanted to let you guys know that if you're looking at the bottom right corner of this candle, no, the wax are not two different colors. It just happens to be the way that the angle of the sun is hitting the the pedestal and the candle there. So I wanted to let you guys know there's nothing wrong with the wax. I just realized that as I was looking into the camera here, I was like, oh, that looks a little funny. But this is a fragrance that will be returning in the August restock for Caramel Sundays. If you have taken a look over on Instagram, the list is up. I know that they have also posted it in the the Caramel Sundays Facebook group. Goodness, you guys, so many Facebook groups for all of these candle brands. But the list is also in there, and you will see that this is a fragrance that is returning in the 4-wick vessel. Now, clearly, I am reviewing the 2-wick. This was available in their July restock, which just happened a little over a week ago. And I know a lot of people were eyeing this one. I know a lot of people got their hands on it. And so I thought that I would share my thoughts with all of you in case you are thinking about purchasing it in the next restock. Maybe you didn't get your hands on it this time. Although I feel like this is one of the fragrances that stayed in stock a little bit longer. It didn't go immediately. So hopefully if you were interested in this one, you did get your hands on it. But maybe once you start hearing some reviews, maybe you also might be in the camp where you're like, hey, maybe I want to give that one a whirl the next time around. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is one of their 2-wick vessels. Wanted to let you guys know that Caramel Sundays is doing a price increase. They have not done that in all of the years that they have been in business, but unfortunately, with the rising costs of shipping and for them to be able to include the shipping costs in, like, built into the price of their candles, unfortunately, they have had to raise the price on these 2-wick vessels. So this is going to be a moot point for this particular fragrance, because this is only going to be available in the 4-wick in the August 23rd restock. Those price points are still going to remain the same, the 5-wicks and the 4-wicks. But the 2-wick vessels, you may want to take note that they are going to go up to $34, which honestly, you guys, is still comparable. Other small businesses that have this size of a vessel that includes shipping. In fact, some of them actually don't include shipping. There's usually a shipping threshold that you have to meet to get free shipping. Most of their candles at this size, using this exact same vessel, are priced around $34. So I still feel like it's a pretty market value type of price point for this size, but I did want to make notation of that. All right, 3 minutes in, let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes on this candle. They are warm peanuts, woody vanilla, baked apples, ginger spice, caramelized brown sugar, and allspice. Okay, so you can see, you guys, that I am not all the way at the halfway point on this candle, which is typically where I like to be when I do a dedicated candle review. This is the reason why, you guys. This fragrance is a like for me, but it is not a love. If you are familiar with a candle that Caramel Sundays had, I want to say it was released either in December of 2025. I think it was in the December restock, or January. It was last winter. They had a fragrance called Pistachio Peanut Brittle. And the peanut brittle note was absolutely outstanding in that fragrance. Here's the thing, though, that I'm going to tell you guys. For me personally, I feel like my nose has been the outlier here recently with a lot of my candle reviews, a lot of the things that I'm smelling. Here's the thing with this. If you like that good, warm peanut accord that Caramel Sundays is known for, you are going to really enjoy this fragrance. Here's what I'm going to say. For me personally, I like that peanut accord for about the first hour and a half of the burn time. After that, my nose definitely starts to pick up on more woody vanilla. And that, for me, you guys, there's something in it that I get a little bit like, I don't love it. It's not a hate for me. I don't hate it. And I am going to tell you guys something that does help tone down that woodiness, I would say, is the apple note in here. To my nose, you guys, this apple note is very much the same one that they are using in Oat Orchard, and it's also the same note that they tend to use in their Crisp Country apple. It's a very bright, fresh apple type of note. I don't detect a lot of ginger spice in here. This is not an overly spicy fragrance to me. To my nose, you guys, this is definitely the shining star of this when this is burning are the peanut accords with the woody vanilla. Now, if you happen to have purchased Oat Orchard, or if you are planning to shop the August restock and you're going to want to pick up 2 4 wicks that complement each other, if you're wanting a little bit more of that apple note, I would highly recommend burning Crisp Country apple with this Nutty Nightmare, because like I said, the apple note to my nose is the same one in both of these. But I just feel like when this candle is burning, the peanut note and the woody vanilla are the ones that really kind of dominate the fragrance to me upon burn. It's not as apple forward, and I personally am finding that I enjoy the apple a little bit more. So the reason why this is not yet at the halfway point, but I wanted to share my thoughts on it, is because I know that my friend Amy loves this fragrance, but she's not too crazy about Oat Orchard. She kind of feels the same way that I feel about Nutty Nightmare. Like, it's just okay to her. Like, she likes it, but it's not an absolute love. And so I remember when she said that in her review, I actually reached out to her and I said, it's funny, I feel that way about Nutty Nightmare. So she and I are actually planning to swap candles. I'm going to give her this Nutty Nightmare. She's going to give me her Oat Orchard, because I'm really, really loving Oat Orchard, and I find that to be a very versatile fragrance with a lot of other candles that I currently have in my collection. So again, I know a lot of people are loving this. I will give it a thumbs up if you are somebody who really, really likes that peanut brittle kind of accord that Caramel Sundays is known for. If you really like that, then I think that you're going to be interested in this fragrance. Now, this 2-wick, let's go ahead and talk about the performance. Clearly, you can see, you guys, I've got a nice deep wax pool on this. I've been burning this for about an hour and a half. I will say the 2-wick for me performs better in the closed concept spaces than the open concept in my home. I would give this one probably about a 6 in terms of strength and throw. However, even at that point, you guys, I will just continue to say that if I am burning this for too long, again, my nose starts to detect too much of that like woody note that I just don't, that woody vanilla that my nose just does not like. So even at a 6 in my bedroom, for me, it just starts to become too much. But I did notice that out in the open concept space, I can smell it a little bit, but it's not very, very strong. Truthfully, you guys, there are most Caramel Sundays candles in this 2-wick format are not really designed to fill up a huge open concept home. A 2-wick candle, again, there are some exceptions, like their truffle butter cookie was like a 10, even in this format. Autumn Jam is quite strong for me in this format. They have had some, like, don't get me wrong, but on the whole, if you are planning to fragrance in a large open concept space, you're probably going to want to go with the 4 wicks. But I also understand the thought process of, if I'm not really sure that I would like a fragrance, I'm not sure that I want to invest in a 4-wick $65 candle. Totally get that as well. But yeah, just keep in mind, you guys, the expectations sometimes on these 2 wicks are that you're probably going to need to burn them more in closed concept spaces as opposed to large open ones. So I will just say, I do give 2 thumbs up to this candle, just with those what would I say, those considerations being taken into account, right? This size, which you're not going to have to worry about, right? The only size that's coming in is a 4-wick in the August restock, but that also might be something that you might want to take into consideration if you have this in a 2-wick and you have a more closed concept space. And if you find this to be a little bit too much for you in the 2-wick, then maybe you might not want to get the 4-wick, because it might be a little bit too much. So anyways, you guys, those are my thoughts on this candle. Let me know in the comment box down below if you purchased this one either from Saltbox Lane or in the July restock. I know a lot of us are starting to get our orders in, and it's been so fun seeing everybody's reactions and postings over in the Facebook group. Y'all are great. So let me know in the comment section down below. Again, give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Consider subscribing if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.